today is gratitude, counting your blessings. I've got a few quotes. Let me start with the first one by Ernest Holmes. When we speak the words of thanksgiving to the God within, knowing before they ask, I will answer, there's something in this attitude of thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of perfect faith and acceptance, receptivity, realization, appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving, the motive power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. End of quote. And another quote, this time by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. End of quote. Oprah Winfrey, be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. And the last one, Dr. Joe Dispenza, by feeling and practicing gratitude in your waking day, you are in a state to receive. You are in an energy that is drawing something to you on a moment-to-moment basis. End of quote. Have you ever asked yourself when you buy something or enjoy a meal, do you ever think about and appreciate the incredible array of people who made this experience possible? Next time you sit down for a meal, perhaps you would just like to look at a fork or knife or spoon that you are using. Just ask yourself how this item got here onto the table you are sitting at. And how did the table get here? And the floor the table stands on? Where did the material for the table come from? Who built or manufactured the table? Who designed it? And so on and so on. Just contemplate for a few moments who was involved in getting this fork, knife, or spoon to you. Just imagine how interconnected this web of cooperation, of cooperating people is who produce the raw materials, who ship them to the manufacturers wherever and whenever required, the people who finance the various activities, and then, of course, the products have to be transported to the store where they have been bought. Also consider who built the various means of transport, like trucks, boats, planes, and trains. And so the chain of supply goes on and on. Isn't it absolutely amazing to see how fortunate we are to have so many people supporting us continuously in every moment of our lives? How incredibly blessed we are. My suggestion and unites everything and how interdependent we are. To me, that is really oneness, the oneness of life. How can we remember this a little, or rather a lot more today and every day? Ben Dyer suggests a beautiful practice, which I like very much actually. He said, give yourself a gift of 5 minutes of contemplation in awe of everything you see around you. Go outside and turn your attention to the many miracles around you. This 5-minute-a-day regimen of appreciation and gratitude will help you to focus your life in awe. It's actually a very easy practice, but it's beautiful, and to me it's actually very profound. The spiritual teacher Panache Desai, in Discovering Your Soul Signature, writes about gratitude, and he asks what he calls a radical question. A radical question. What would happen if you were absolutely grateful for everything? And by everything, I don't mean the great stuff or the good stuff, but all the stuff. Imagine the power of that. I often tell people that sadness is a miracle. They don't quite know how to hear this. They ask me, how can you say that sadness is a miracle? Well, you can, because when we trace sadness all the way back to its core, we find the divine. Either everything is divine or nothing is. And if everything is divine, if everything is God, then the only thing we can do is be grateful for whatever comes. Gratitude itself is a softening quality. The Latin root of the word gratitude, gratus, means pleasing. And when we feel gratitude, we do feel better, no matter what it is we are grateful for. Thank you for this toothache, for this migraine, for this traffic jam. Imagine that. Doesn't sound easy, but it's certainly a challenge, and I find it very worth it to think about that. This is gratitude as an appreciation of life. If we are feeling, then we are alive. So let's appreciate what we are feeling, no matter what it might be. Cultivating gratitude for all things isn't so much a feeling as a decision. It is a lens through which we choose to see the world. Why not decide to be grateful for all things? This is a road to true emotional intelligence. Not do we only become willing to feel without judgment or rancor, but in fact we also throw out a welcome mat. Come in grief, despair, loss, boredom. Come in and make yourself at home. Anger, frustration, gripes, pull up a chair. Consider yourself most honored guests. You are a part of me, and you have so much to teach me. You are welcome here. And just remember that all of life is an outpicturing of consciousness. Instead of asking, why me? Why is this happening to me? Let me ask, what is this situation trying to teach me? What can I learn? To love more? To forgive more? To be more present? I find when I'm in a traffic jam somewhere and hold up in traffic, I might get a bit frustrated in the beginning, but then I think, well, I'm sitting in a car. A couple of years ago, I didn't even have a car, and I had to walk to school when I was a youngster. There was no car. So I'm lucky, I'm comfortable. I might have to wait a little bit, but I can put the radio on or I can listen to some music or whatever, so I can utilize the time to have some beautiful thoughts going through my mind. There's no need to get uptight in the traffic jam. And the traffic jam might also prevent me from being involved in an accident, which might have happened at a little distance ahead of me. If you think of life as a feast, then know that the divine has cooked up an incredible meal for you. This meal contains amazing spices and flavors, sweet and sour, savory, bitter, bland. Appreciate every morsel along the way. This feast includes it all. I'm tired, I'm annoyed, I'm in physical pain, and also delight in all of it. I'm joyful, I'm hungry, I'm filled with happiness. If you appreciate every morsel, imagine what your life will be at the end of the meal. If we are authentically transparent, authentically seeing what's happening within us, then this process paves the way for gratitude for these states, whatever they may be. Cultivate an appreciation for the experience of life, regardless of what it is. As you go forth in your day, whether you are at the dentist's office, or cleaning a dog stain off the rug, or swimming in the ocean or a pool, get your gratitude on. And in so doing, you are appreciating life itself. Be in the present moment. I don't believe that the divine asks for our thanks. But even so, what opens our heart is a very act of appreciation. Imagine if we could live in a constant state of appreciation for all that is. Everything within our field of vision is a gift of life. I am alive. I'm breathing. I'm living. It may not all be going exactly as I wish, but I am alive. I might have a family, or I might have friends, a home, a garden, etc. This is an appreciation of the mystery of the divine, an embrace of the intangible. After all, saying thank you for the obvious is easy, but being open-hearted to absolutely everything may lead to an uncovering of unexpected sweetness, a childlike, beautiful sense of joy. Just for today, see if you can appreciate everything you encounter. Stop, look, listen. Cultivation of appreciation can also transform even the most tumultuous relationship. If we could simply appreciate our spouse, our boss, our children, our friends, how transformative would that be? Just for today, observe your life as if it were a piece of precious art. Can you imagine your life as a piece of precious art? What if we were to bless absolutely everything? After all, we choose our lens with which to see the world. So why not choose gratitude? I'm sure you might have heard of doing a gratitude list, and one is asked to write down 5 or 10 things one is grateful for. I personally find it a very nice and very useful exercise. I've done it quite a few times and I've stopped again, but then I always start again. But I find quite often it becomes a fairly mechanical thing. I just write down 5 or 10 things, but there could be something a little bit deeper. You could ask some deeper questions. And I've got a few here which I would like to share with you. And I just ask you to maybe close your eyes for a moment and just listen to the following questions. What teacher am I most thankful for and why? What did I learn from him or her? What am I most grateful for that brings beauty to my daily life? What foods am I most grateful for? What book am I most grateful for and why? What challenging experiences has ended up changing my life for the better? What product do I use on a daily basis that I most appreciate? There are quite a few good questions, but I think they can lead us to ask deeper questions and discover deeper things within ourselves, what we do like and why we like it and what makes a difference in our lives. I would like to end this talk with some words of wisdom by Neil Donald Walsh. He says, gratitude in advance is the most powerful creative force in the universe. Most people do not know this, yet it is true. Expressing thankfulness in advance is the way of all masters. So do not wait for a thing to happen and then give thanks. Give thanks before it happens and watch energies swirl. To thank God before something occurs is an act of extraordinary faith. And that, of course, is where the power comes from. Thank you very much and namaste.